Today I'm going to show you how to make these bangles and out of wire. They're very simple. All you need is the wire, some beads, and a bottle of wine. So we'll go from here. I'm Kathy Morgan, and I have two groups on Facebook. One is a public group, which is my virtual art gallery, and the other one is a private group, which is my silverware drawer. I put my silverware jewelry and everything on both of those. Of course, the art gallery is the place that I put all of my products and everything, so join that. And also the silverware drawer. My silverware drawer is a little bit more than that because it's a private group. I put a little bit more about everyday life, so that I do. So let's get started with this project, and I'll just show you how to do it. Okay, these right here, if the bracelets don't work out, then you can drink the wine. So I'm going to use the wine bottle, though. You're going to try to find a wine bottle that is about 9.5 inches around. And what this does is give me a little guide of making my bangle bracelets. So it gives me something to move on. If you do have jewelry forms that you can use, that's fine too. But I find out that the wine works just fine. Okay, first of all, you're going to need the form. You're going to need, I use 18 gauge. I've got gold. You can do any color. You can use the 18 gauge. It gives a little bit of stability. I have a few beads that I'm going to use. I usually use like a section of about 3 beads. You're going to need some pliers, and you're going to need, or any pliers really, and you're going to need some snips so that you can cut your wires. So that's about it. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we are going to pull a section of this wire kind of out so that I can use it, straighten it. Just kind of, when you're working with wire, you can just kind of pull it through and it straightens it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to leave a section, doesn't matter what, and I'm going to wrap it a couple of times. Pretty tight around the bottle, just about like that. And I've got this overlapped here. Now, I'm going to leave a longer strand here. I'm going to slip it off of the bottle, but while I'm slipping it off of the bottle, I'm holding this wire so that it doesn't unravel. That's all I need the wine for right now. And when you measure for a bangle, okay, what you're measuring is this part right around your wrist, right there with your thumb, your knuckle, and right around there. So if you take your hand and you hold it like this, and you measure in this area around this, all the knuckles, then you can pretty much get whether you're going to go have enough room to get your hand in and out of the bangle. I want to make sure that these are kind of the same, and they are. I'm going to take one side, and I am going to wrap it around this way. And I am going to wrap this up a little bit. And then the opposite way, that's going around that way, and then the opposite way, and I'm going to hold these wires while I'm doing it. And this is going over this way. Let's see if we can get that a little bit. Okay, see, it's going over that way. And this one, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to put this through it. And I'm going to wrap it, bring it up pretty tight up around there, and wrap it around this way. Now, after you get that done, that's pretty much going to hold itself. I'm going to say about 18 inches. Get yourself a ruler, that helps. And this is an 18-inch ruler. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to measure it. This is a little longer. I would say 18. About 25 inches. I'm going to bring it up where it's close and around. And wrap that where it's really kind of a nice little tight wrap. This is kind of loose, but we're going to have some loose around here anyway. So now I'm going to take this and I am going to place a bead on it. Take the bead, bring it down. Now I'm going to need to lift this end just a little bit so that I can give it a little bit of a lift to be able to give the bead room to lay on this. In other words, you'll bring it up just like that. Okay. So that it's lifted. Now see how it's higher at this end right here? We're going to need a little bit more. So I'm going to straighten that back out. And I'm going to give it a little bit more room to give it a lift, because I can always pull it tighter. Put that on there, and then I'm going to push it back towards this end, and if I came up on this side, I'm going to continue to go around on that side. So I'm just going to bring this right through and wrap it down, bring it straight down like that. And kind of make it a level, like it's laying on the bracelet. And then you can push it back just a little bit if you need it to be more centered. Then once it's centered, you want to take this and wrap it around here. All the way around so you can hold that piece on just like that. Okay? Now, I'm going to come back with this wire. And since I came one wrap around and one wrap back. Okay, then I'm going to come through one more time, tighten it nice, and that means I'm going to come up on this side right here. All right. Okay, once you've got that kind of in, you see how I'm going around, through, and wrap, and I'll come up on the opposite side of where this started at. All right, one here and one over on this side. Now I'm going to come and wrap it around the bead, and I'm going to pull it down and wrap it around the bead so they come in that way. And on this side, I'm going to wrap right around there and go around my bracelet and come up on the other side of it. And do the same thing on the other side, but coming opposite. And then I will wrap again on this side. So actually what I will end up having, and I want to pull it out enough so that I have it out. Well, you can probably see it better from the back. See how I've got one piece up in here and one piece down in here. Okay, and have it so that they're kind of the same tightness around it. Then I will wrap this through, holding that. I will put it through and wrap it nice and tight on this side. Now I can come across it again, crisscross, and I come up, and I'm straightening my wire out kind of each time as I go, and I'm going to wrap it around the bracelet again and pull it through and up. And then when I bring it all the way to the other side where there's one, then it'll just set me up to where I can go ahead and do it for the other side. Now, at any time, I can take my pliers and I can tighten this right here. Tighten all of these. And I will bring it up this side. And I want to kind of bend it in a little bow so that it's even. And when I get it to this side over here, I'm going to hold it just like that And I'm going to put it in and bring it around there again, all the way up and over, and that sets me up for a third loop on this side. And I wrap it more around this side and bring it through. That side and bring it down and just keep wrapping. Now that will be the third time on each side, and I kind of stop at that, and then I do like a double wrap around the side here, and I kind of tighten it all in with the pliers, and it's kind of looking like that. Just kind of, I left a little bit of wiring so that I could kind of move it as I wanted to move it. Now you can leave it just like this if you wanted to and just have one bead, or you can, you know, have whatever you want to have. Now if you wanted to put another one on, I'd wrap this a little bit, kind of put some designs around. I'm going to wrap this a little bit around this way. This is a shorter one. And just kind of bend it in a circle a little bit. And then you've got yourself a bracelet. It's really all there is to it. You just kind of kink them around to where they fit. You can turn these kind of sideways. Now, see, they're up and down right now, and they leave this open. So just take this and turn it the way... In other words, take it and twist it around so that they fit like that, sideways, around and around, and it'll look all twisted up and everything, and that's what you want. This is what actually gives you your sizes, is that kink right there, and it looks interesting on the arm too. You can also do kinks in the top part, which is kind of neat. Just, I do much smaller ones in the top though. So it kind of gives it a little bit of interest, top and bottom. So let's see. I like the kinks in this. That's kind of interesting around the side like that. And then, like I say, I've taken these and kind of laid them on the side so that they can lay down nicely on your arm. In other words, and you know what? Practice it, play with it. You can do a lot with it. You can make these without the beads even on them. Just, you know, enjoyable and fun to play with and to do, and to just kind of have cute little things on here, making your own bracelets. So that's my 2 cents for the day, and thank you for watching, and I appreciate it. And like I say, don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell, and it will let you know when I put up a new video. Check out my 2 groups on Facebook, and I hope to see you soon.